Hey everybody, welcome back to Lemon Branch DIY. Today we're working on my Honda Pilot. I gotta fix these headlights, they're too hazy. Come with me and I'm gonna show you how easy it is. All right, you guys, we are battling some of the oxidation here with these headlights. Now, I know that there are some out there that are a lot worse than this, but as you see, I have got a lot of haze that's starting to build up in some of that oxidation, and I just like to have it nice and clear. So I'm gonna try a product that I think it's got really good reviews. I wanna try it myself, and that is the ceramic headlight head cleaner, and this is made by Cerakote. It's a really easy professional ceramic coating. And so once you kind of get the oxidation off there, then you recoat it. And this is supposed to kind of bring it back to brand new, if you will. So let's go ahead and get to it and we'll see exactly what we have to do. Okay, so this is what is in the box. So we've got a bunch of the step ones. They give you eight packets of the number one. So you get a bunch of number one. Here's the number two, which looks like it's a sanding block. With a couple different sandpapers in it. And then you got step three, which looks like it's the actual restoration ceramic coat. It's a clear coat coating. So it kind of tells you what it is. This is an oxidation remover. That's the prepare the surface, and that's for the coating. And then it gives you some instructions and takes you through step by step. So I'll just kind of show you what each of those are. It does come with a couple sets of gloves. So each step you're able to change your gloves out. And so it does say the very first thing that we got to do though is we got to wash them and get them ready. Okay, so before we get started, it did give us an interesting tip. It said put your hood up so that you have access to the top of the headlight, so you're able to get all of this up here as well. So we're gonna first just go ahead and wash it, just get them nice and clean, get any of the grime off before we start applying any of the products. So just so you can kind of see, you've got this haze up here, and this is what I want to have taken off and kind of restore it back to nice and new. The bottom of this is not as bad. As you can see, it's more clear, but this up here has a lot of this haze to it, a bunch of little scratches. So hopefully we're going to be able to restore that and get it back to new. Same with over on this side, looks exactly the same, but there's a lot of bugs and different things on here. Let's go ahead and wash those off. Okay, to wash these off, I'm just basically just getting some just regular car wash stuff. I'm just going to use a microfiber towel, and I am just going to wash it off just with this microfiber towel, kind of get it a little bit sudsy, and we'll just get all of the stuff off. I'm using they recommend Dawn, like Blue Dawn, just as a degreaser to get rid of anything that may be on there, any kind of grease or whatever. So we'll go ahead and we'll get them nice and clean first. Okay, we'll go ahead and just rinse this off with some water. Okay, now we want to get them really nice and dry. So we'll make sure that they're nice and clean and dry before we even get started. All right, so the next part, this is not necessary, but I did it anyway, just because it warns you in the instructions that if you do get any of this stuff on the paint, to hurry and get it off. So just as a preventative, I just went ahead and spent a few minutes just taping it all off, just so if I do get a little bit sloppy, I don't have to worry about it. So I just went ahead and taped it up. Okay, for step one, this is the oxidation remover. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open this up. Now it says to use all of these. They give you 8 of them, and you're supposed to use all of these. So we're just gonna take this guy, and it says you start off by just going in a circular motion all the way across the headlights. So you just cover everything, and as it does, it says that the cloth will start to turn yellow. See how it's turning yellow? It says that's removing the oxidation. So as we continue to do this, we just will go across the entire headlight, removing any of that oxidation. And it says they give you so many of them because you're supposed to use every single one of them just to make sure that you have them as clean as possible before we move to the next step. So you just go in a circular motion on step one, and we'll take a look here at how dirty this rag is. So you can see it's starting to turn yellow. So we'll flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing all the way across, and we'll just keep doing this until we don't see as much yellow. So interesting, as I'm doing this, you can see that this is already a lot better than it was. Okay, so you can see how yellow that is. We'll go ahead and I'm going to open it up, and we'll just keep going on these reverse sides. And as long as I still have solution on it, I'm just going to keep going with it on this same rag or cloth, whatever this pad is. Okay, next it says to rinse thoroughly. So I'm just going to use you can use your hose or whatever, but I'm just using this spray bottle to rinse it off. So now we're going to move on to step number 2, and we're going to use the sanding block, and they give you 2 different colored discs. There's a 2000 grit sandpaper and a 3000 grit sandpaper. So they're both a really fine sandpaper, but we're going to start with the 2000 first. You can see that's the color of it. So we put the burgundy side up like that, and then we're going to just stick it right on just like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the sandpaper and go in a back and forth. It says do not do a circular, you just go back and forth. But first we need to wet it down really good, both surfaces, because this is a wet sand. So we'll take the spray bottle again and we'll wet everything down, including the sanding disc. So we'll get it all nice and wet. Then we'll take this guy, and it says to go back and forth for 2 to 3 minutes, all the way across, just like this. And that's already starting to dry a little bit with the sun, so I'm going to get some more water on it. So not a circular motion, just straight across, back and forth like this. Then it says it may be necessary to take this off to get through some of the grooves, but I think I'm okay so far. A little bit more water. And I'm really going to concentrate in the areas that were so cloudy. So I'm going to stay up here on top for a good portion of it. I can feel it gripping, and then all of a sudden it gets really slippery. So I can tell when it's grabbing something and when it's not. You see how it's getting a lot more smooth? I don't know if you can see that, but I can definitely feel that. We'll do one more squirt and one more pass through everything. Okay, so that's what it looks like after the 2000 grit. So we've got that nice, and look at how it's just going all over the car, but it's definitely doing its job. So now we're done with the 2000. What we're going to do is we're going to move to the 3000. We're going to repeat the exact same process, doing 2 and 3 minutes for each headlight. So we just take off the old, takes 2 hands. We just take off the old, and then we'll just stick the new one on just like that. We'll do the same exact thing. We'll go ahead and wet everything down, including that disc, and we'll repeat this process with the 3000 grit. I'm glad I put the tape on because it's protecting the paint from scratching. Okay, so that's what it looks like after doing the sandpaper. So it is a little bit cloudy, and you can see it dripped all over the car. But now what we do is we rinse it. Now it says that it should be a cloudy, kind of the headlights is going to be a little bit cloudy because we just obviously scuffed it up with sandpaper. So we're not done yet, but let's go ahead and get this completely rinsed off. And then we got to dry off everything in the surrounding areas really good. Make sure everything is dry before we head to the next. So this is what it looks like after we have completed the second step. We're just about to start the third, and so everything is nice and cleaned off now and dried. Now you notice it's a foggy, it's not clear. It's supposed to be that way. And it tells you in the instructions, if you have any areas that are clear, then go back and repeat the process, because it should all be that hazy, cloudy, it's like, because it had an abrasive on it. So you're supposed to get that nice and cloudy. So both of these look nice and cloudy, and then we're ready to start the final wipe of the actual ceramic coat. Okay, we're starting number 3. So I just ripped it open, and now it says to make sure you have a glove on. So you got your glove on, and then we're going to take this out, and it says you just start at the top and you go from top to bottom, wiping from the top to the bottom in a straight line. Then you overlap 50%, and we just do that all along, and it says you only need to do 1 coat. So we'll go ahead and go across over here, and I did not overlap very good there, so we'll come back and just do another little overlap, and we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm not very good at this overlap, you guys, but you get the idea. So it says just do one coat. We'll go ahead and one last one. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna go over the edges to make sure I've got the edges. Okay, and then we just let it be. Okay, so there's the finished product. Look, they really do look brand new. I am shocked at how beautiful they really are. You can see how pretty that is. It looks brand new. So there you have it. That was actually pretty easy, you guys. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And that wasn't very hard of a job. And they make it so easy for you. It's just step 1, 2, and 3. You follow them. They have great instructions, and you end up with an amazing look. And it looks brand new. I am so excited about it. It just restored these literally from pretty faded and not so good to now they look brand new. So if you guys like this, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you on the next project. Okay, so you can see that it turned out really, really good. I am super happy with the results, but I think it's important to know I was not paid by Cerakote at all to do this. I just happened to find it and was in need of something. I was looking for the solution that you guys are looking for, and I really, really like it. I think it turned out really nice, and it was super easy to do. So yeah, no paid endorsement here. This is just, I just really like their product.